welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris, and I'm going to do another lather review, plain and simple, another OSP. I'm just going through all these soaps that I picked up for my Christmas gift from my wife, and I'm sort of looking forward to getting through them all. This one in particular I've been looking forward to lathering up, which is the OSP Bay Rum. Smells great out of the tub. Now, I had the West Coast Shaving Bay Rum soap. It's the only soap I've had in Bay Rum scent, which I sent over to Stephen, the Suffolk shaver. He's just done a review. It was his first shave of 2017 of it. He had the same problems that I had trying to get the lather going, but in terms of the slickness, there's not many better, in my opinion, from what you get in that slickness in that West Coast Shaving soap. It's excellent. However, these artisans, OSP, Wickham, Razor Rock to a certain extent, I've not had great joy with Razor Rock in terms of scents, but the actual lather and stuff's pretty good. And then you've obviously got your little ones that I've got, like Humphrey's Handmade. There's a lot of guys out there making lovely little soaps that are just not really well known, so I'm just trying to get the name out there and hopefully push some people towards them, buying some really nice soaps from nice people. So yeah, OSP Bay Rum. Got a lovely subtle clove in there, but in terms of everything else, my nose isn't great. I couldn't tell you what's in a Bay Rum. I should really have a good look online and just figure out what the actual scent profile of a Bay Rum is, but to me that smells like there's clove in there, possibly a little bit orange. I'm not 100% sure, I'm just sort of guessing. I'm just taking a stab in the dark here. Very complex scent, very smooth, nice, clean scent. And let's see how it lathers. So I'm back in the old ensuite shaving den bathroom. Just shoot the excess out there. I love how these brushes, I mean, one thing I do like about the natural hair brushes as opposed to the synthetics, they really they absorb the scents of your soap, so they actually ends up a bit like a wok. I don't know if you cook with a wok. I cook most of my things in a wok, and the scents of everything you cook absorbs into the black non-stick coating that you create through the oil, the burning, and that's where a lot of the flavour comes when you're doing stuff. I mean, I don't have rice anymore, but I do cauliflower rice and broccoli rice, and that absorbs the flavour off the pan. I find these brushes do the same. I can smell a bit of sort of everything that I've used on this. I can still smell the hubba hubba, I can smell the honey ale on it. You can just sort of smell a little hint through the whole brush. It's lovely, it's really nice. Anyway, I've just shook the water out. It's probably a little bit drier than what I wanted, I'll just dip it again. There we go, straight into the dry puck. Oh, that's really releasing the scent in there now. Get a really good load off this. That's it, I'm not going to take any more, because as you've seen from my previous video, if you watched it, with the tea tree oil, eucalyptus and menthol, you don't need it. Alright, I've just rinsed off the puck. Now, one thing I just want to bear in mind for you guys that buy soaps out there, I've bought 2 soaps so far that don't have waterproof labels on them, and if you leave them by your sink and you're having a shave, you're guaranteed to get water on them. The colour runs out of the labels, it just looks crap, and then it doesn't look right after that. These labels on this, the labels on Wickham, obviously Razor Rock and things like that, because they're a bit more, to my eye, a bit more commercialised looking, but these are all waterproof labels, which makes a big difference to me. So I mean, I can actually dip that in the water, and you'll probably not see it, I don't know whether I can get an angle on it. You can just see the water just beads on there, just wipes off, doesn't affect your label at all. James obviously writes on here with permanent pen as well, so this is batch number 93. So he's obviously doing quite well if he's up to into the 90s with his batch numbers on the Bay Rum. But I do like that. I like the fact that they use a just slightly higher quality label on there, and it makes a big difference, just those little touches, because there's not much you can do with a tub to make it better than a tub, really. I love these plastic tubs, I think they look really clean cut, nice and bright. And with James's, I find it slightly easier than Wickham, because I store my stuff in a drawer, label up, so that's what you see when I open my drawer, and I can look exactly, I can see the label. Generally the colours now, I can identify what I want just looking at the colour of OSP, but I know exactly what it is just by what it says in the top. I can actually have a read. So this one obviously says Bay Rum Scented Shaving Soap, whereas with Wickham's, I love the labelling on Wickham. I love how it's just clean black and white. It looks great. The logo and that on there is great as well. But when it's sat in my drawer, I've got to actually pick them up. The only reason I know where they are now is because I've set them up. I know what scents where it is. But without, if someone else opened my drawer, they'd have to lift them up and have a look on the side to find out what scent's in the tub. Just little things, to my eye anyway, that make a slight little difference to stuff. Doesn't affect the performance of the soap or the scent in any way whatsoever. It's just a little thing that I notice because I store things in a drawer. Right, just going to wet the face again. Now, I've still got slickness on my face from 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago when I did my last lather review of the menthol. I can still feel the slickness. My skin's so soft. Even the whiskers feel quite soft. So it's almost like a moisturising shaving cream, shaving soap. It's amazing. Right, there's my load. As you can see, there's a lot of air bubbles in there. Lots, absolutely tons. But watch this. I've done literally nothing with that so far. Nothing. I've given it a quick 1-2. Still full of bubbles, but it's still an incredible lather. I could shave with that lather. Oh, the scent on this is absolutely lovely. Oh, really, the West Coast shaving bay rum that I had was quite sweet, a real sweet sort of scent. This has got a real dark, earthy, rich, sort of like a, probably the difference between a Bacardi and a dark rum. Sort of that the West Coast shaving was more your Bacardi. This is more your dark rum in my nose anyway. If you were to compare it in rum sense, I suppose. Comparing the lather, just, they're obviously the exact same, pretty much. I don't know how exacting it is with James with his measurements, but I would imagine they'd be pretty spot on. And that way you don't get any flaws. Everything works the exact same. Your soap lather's the same, offers the same protection, same slickness, same cushioning. And obviously same scent, because once you run out, the biggest problem I find with these, it's not a problem, this is absolutely brilliant, I love it. All that lather from that, and I can guarantee you that I ain't taken literally nothing off the top of that puck. That's hardly moved. That there, I couldn't honestly say how long it would last, but if I were to use that every single shave, I reckon I'd probably get close to a year out of it. Wouldn't be far off. Right, get the tips. Oh, that was a good dip. I've got heaps of water there. Oh, the scent on this is beautiful. I wish I could describe it more to you guys, because I don't have any bay rum and soaps that I can sort of compare it to. Obviously a lot of guys won't have OSP, especially in America and over here in Australia, because it's a UK based soap. It is over in America now, you can get it in my guard. I'm not sure where else you can get it over there. But it'd be nice if I could just say, look, it smells like Soap Commander if they did one, Katie's Bubbles, someone else that does a bay rum. Captain's Choice, I think they do a bay rum. If I could just say, yeah, it smells like similar to that, or it's, I mean, I don't know what in terms of soap wise, because I haven't got any of those soaps yet. But I think I've got some in the mail. Another dip. I'm not going to take this lather quite as far, guys, but I think you get the picture. I just really enjoy this setup. I love making a lather, especially when it's just such high quality. Soaps are incredible, they really are. There we go, look at that. Like like I say, my 6-year-old son could lather this stuff. In fact, to prove a point, I might even get my eldest son, who's 8, to actually come and lather my face on one of my videos, just so you can see how easy this stuff is to lather and why it's worth having in your den. Beautiful stuff. Just put that off there. Same again, lovely. There's the odd little bubble here and there. Can't get a great focus on this camera because it's a front facing camera. But you can see the peaks on that. I mean, they're not moving anywhere, they're solid. And the slickness, as always, is just tremendous. Oh, it's lovely. It's got a similar sort of, it's not quite as strong scent strength as the Spice Road, but I would say out of all the scents that I've tried so far, it's probably the strongest out of the ones I've tried. That and the Rolly. But then the Rolly is probably the strongest scent out of all the 6 soaps that I've got from OSP at the moment. It's a very, very strong, distinctive scent. Slickness is just phenomenal. What's up, mate?
I can't find Mitchell.
Sorry, go and have a look for him. Is he sat with Mum?
I don't know he isn't.
Kids, they can't find anything even if it's sat in front of them. Unbelievable. Worst people to send on a hunt for something or to look for something you've lost. It's just an absolute nightmare. Anyway guys, that was OSP Bay Rum Scented Soap. Post feel is just so moisturised. Normally doing these lather reviews I would dry my skin out, but it just doesn't. It's just lovely stuff. My beard's so soft now. I could almost get away with shaving right now. I probably would get away with shaving right now. But anyway, the soap comes like that. Looks at that. James stamps it with this little stamp on top there. Scent's beautiful. I'll just let this here dry a little bit before I put the lid back on, since that seems to be the rage now, after the old bloom don't bloom crap that's going on Facebook. Got to get my 2 cents in, you know, can't help myself. And the brush for the lather was my trusty Simog 830, which is a lovely little brush, and it's really softened up now. It's so soft on your face, and it's still got a bit more breaking in to go. I mean, I've used this quite a lot over the last 6 months, but I still feel I could take it to another level of softness. But anyway, I'll leave you guys to it. I've got one more soap to do a lather review on, which is the Orange Patchouli. And then tomorrow, I'm sort of swaying towards using an OSP soap. I don't know, I'll see how I go. I might use one of them tomorrow for my shave, face and head. And I'm going to give that Goal blade another go as well, the Gillette Goal. Just see if I can hopefully get one that works. If I don't, it's a bit of a shame because they're pretty cool looking little blades, but sometimes that's the way it is. I found the same problem with the Timo Solingen blades. They're just shocking. I've used 3 of them, all at the same packet obviously, so they could all be faulty. But if you send a whole box of 40 blades out to someone, they're never going to use your blades again. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. But anyway, I'll leave you guys to it. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button down below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.